So here's what you need to know about using foreign ATMs when you travel. First thing you want to do is find a symbol that matches both on your card and on the symbols that are posted above the ATM or on the door of the ATM booth if you're using a booth for the ATM. When you step up to the ATM, it is going to all be in a foreign language. Don't worry, as soon as you put your card in, the first thing that happens is you're given a choice of language, and it will give you a choice of either the local language or your native language as your bank knows it. And if you ever get confused on how to put your ATM card into a machine, it's always chip up and goes in first. One of the next screens you see will discuss fees. And the fees on withdrawing money on ATMs can get absolutely crazy when you travel. I mean, you know, $5, $10, $15 at a time. So I am going to highly recommend that you try and find a bank account that offers free ATM anywhere in the world. We have a list of 2 that Tim and I use that I will put in the description, because they not only don't charge for foreign ATM use, but they actually reimburse you for any local bank fees that you may incur during the transaction. It's a really good deal, especially if you travel at all. It's even a good deal at home. And yes, we get a benefit if you use our link to go sign up with those banks, but you get a benefit too, and I'll explain all that in the description. The next confusing bit can come up when it shows you which accounts you can pull your money from. A lot of times, instead of saying checking, it will say current. And that is a little bit of a confusing thing, especially for people in the US. So know that current is your checking account. It is whatever your transactional account is. So if you want to pull your money from your checking, just hit current. Even if it says current and checking, current is always a safe bet. Okay, so this next block of information is a little bit intense, but it's very important. One of the things you do want to know when you step up to that ATM is you want to know how much money you want to get out of it. And you need to know that number in local currency. There is no foreign exchange calculator on the ATM for you. If you're in a place that is cash heavy, you're going to be dealing with a lot of small merchants, or the exchange rate is really extreme, I'm going to recommend that you just pull out the maximum, especially if you don't have one of those fee-free debit cards, because the fewer transactions you make in one of these debit machines means the fewer fees you're going to get hit with. So always pull out the maximum. However, there's even a trick to that though, because sometimes you need more than it pulls out. Here in Vietnam, a lot of times the limit is 2 million dong per transaction. Well, that's like $87. So you can see you might want to do something that requires a lot of cash, and then you have to do a lot of transactions to get it. The first way to try and get around this is when it gives you the options of the amounts to choose, hit other, punch in the amount you want, and see if it works. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. Sometimes those machines have a hard limit. The next option is to find out where the high limit ATMs are. There almost are always high limit ATMs in a country. One of the tricks to finding a high limit ATM is to ask at your hotel or ask at the merchant where you might be making a large purchase. They will usually know where the high limit ATMs are. Another trick for finding both high limit ATMs, and if you're having trouble finding any ATM at all that will take foreign cards, is to look for the ones that are near the property of a resort or a fancy hotel or travel agencies. Because if foreigners are hanging out there, that's the most likely place you're going to find the high limit foreign card taking ATMs. And now that you're an expert in using foreign ATMs and getting the local cash in your hot little hands, go check out my video on how to handle your money while traveling so that you have easy methods for calculating the foreign exchange rate in your head. I make it really simple. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.